Hi all and welcome back to my Let's Play of Morrowind. Hello. We are here in the Urshilaku camp and we are here to find out little bit more information about the trials of the Nerevarine. So let's head into the Ashokan's yurt and see what he's got to say. You wish to know about the third trial and I shall tell you. You have entered the path of the Nerevarine. This is a hard thing to believe, but Nabani Mesa has spoken to me at length of this, and I have had time to consider. Therefore I shall keep my own counsel and set before you my own test. I do not dispute with the wise woman, but their ways are not the ways of the warrior. Many before have tried the path of the Nerevarine, but all have failed the warrior's test. You must have strength, courage, and cunning. These things I would test. Nearby lies Kogoruhn, the ancient halls of the Forgotten House, House Dagoth. In recent time, creatures of the Blight have come to dwell here. I myself went there with some brave hunters and came back again, but it was a bad place, and I am not ashamed to say I was afraid, for myself and my men. If you would have from me the secrets of the third trial, the caverns dark, where Azura's eyes sees, you will first bring me 3 tokens from dark Kogoruhn. The first token is a corpus weepings from the corpus species, to show that you are proof against the disease's corruption. The second token is a cup with the mark of House Dagoth, for I have myself seen such cups there, and will know you have seen with your eyes what I have seen with mine. The third token is the Shadow Shield, which lies on the tomb of Dagoth Morin, in the lava tunnels deep beneath ruined Kogoruhn. Bring these things to me, and then I will tell you about the secret third test. Kogoruhn was an ancient Dunmer stronghold here. Let me mark it on your map. Go by day, in good weather, or you may miss your way. Follow the coast east from the Urshilaku camp to the ruined Dunmer stronghold called Valinveron. Then turn southwest. You'll see Ebon Nanit, a ruined Daedric shrine. Continue south along Ebon Nanit. Yeah, we know. Okay, cool. If you've marked it on my map, I no longer need your directions. Thank you. Let's go and see what this Dunmer camp or stronghold has to offer for us. Is it Valinveron? That doesn't feel right. Or is it underneath Valinveron? I've said this like, oh, I don't need to know that information, then directly need that information. Right. Follow the coast east from the Urshilaku camp, then turn southwest from there. Oh, there we go. Kogoruhn. Let's go! So as we head to this stronghold that's required of us, I have hopefully fixed any mic issues talked about in the last episode. I think I said then, audio is a mystery to me and it remains so. But I believe I've got a new position that should work, and actually the issues that I was having, maybe my speakers, not my mic. Because when I actually listen on my headphones and not the speakers, the quality is absolutely fine, especially once pared down. But there we go. I think like if I get a chance over the weekend and we're not too far behind work, I'm going to have a look at a few more audio editing bits and bobs that I can be doing in Audacity, just as post-processing stuff, just to see if we can get a little better at that. But it's not priority number one because I do think my audio sounds okay. But there we go. So as we come to the Dunmer stronghold, let's see what is inside for us. So it was a house of Dagoth, and I forget that they were, yeah, it's not that I forget, but I think it's interesting for the game to, oh, hello, position Dagoth as having a place in the world. It's not just like oh, here's an evil from a long time ago that you should be worried about. It is actually something that comes from something, and they had a place in this world. They had a house. They lived here. We need that, don't we? Do we need corpus meat? Corpus weepings, not the meat. That's a dreamer. I'm going to drop that on the floor because it seems gross. Not the most tactical thing in the world, I know. 4 doors. Which one to go in? Maybe this one? Dome of Pollock's Eye. Oh, hello. Starting straight off with the fight. Some of these definitely have some resist spell stuff on them. Or perhaps we're just not doing... It sounded like his attack was coming from a different direction then. It almost sounds like the noise of his attack is coming in, but his movement isn't. Weird. So hopefully it's just a few rooms like this, but maybe we'll have to end up going deeper. This is going to end up being a lot of arrows that we don't have loads of at the moment. Isn't this thrilling combat, just running around in circles? Dagoth Gira. We'll take that, and we'll take your 6th house amulet, because they sell for a bit. Let's see what we've got in this room. House Dagoth Cup. Well, that is one part of our quest completed. And I'm also going to heal up here. So we've got our magic back, because one of our side objectives at this moment in time is to be leveling that up. So let's go in here. Ooh, that's a thing for sure. And for some reason my spell came unequipped. That's definitely not the route for this fight. Have we found our match here? Or can we just stagger them into a corner? Oh, this is going to be very tight. Nope. We can do that though. We can definitely do that. Is our autosave in the other room? Please be in the other room. Yep. So we're definitely going to need to heal up. We want to equip our Viper Blade straight away and go across here and take this guy down. That's a cool design though. I do enjoy these games. Like visual aesthetic change is always good because it keeps the game interesting. So to get some sort of very Cthulhian monsters is quite good. Dagoth Rella. The Dreamer is awake. Yo, that's like not bad for the era of game that this came out to have legible writing like that. Wonder what they were doing in here. Is this like his house? He's not really set it up. Or is he just so corrupted that he was just chilling here? So Dagoth, he became bad for a reason, didn't he? Oh, another one of these. As in, what? So what was it? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to memorize the lore. This is how wild this is, and how like my brain isn't the best at absorbing some of this stuff. I recorded the episode discussing Dagoth and his origins 2-3 hours ago. We'll take that, and we will ring their bells. I bet there's got to be a video online of someone making like dope song using those. Definitely. So Sulmatul told us to go into the depths, so I assume that this gets a bit deeper at some stage. Which this looks to be the stage. We are definitely like able to take these fights at this stage, so we'll see if that continues or not. It very well might hit a point of not being able to fight the enemies. Okay, this is like another thing we need. We need this guy's Corpus Weepings. Gross. Upstairs or downstairs first? Oh no, this really goes around in a loop. Okay, so that's the full loop. And there is an upstairs bit here? Question mark? Yes. Let's have a look on this balcony together. That had a good name. I'm sure it did. Hall of the Watchful Torch. It had an okay name. It had an okay name. Hello. Something that this game manages to keep up consistently is the architecture. Like, Dagoth and this being one of their houses certainly fits like the story stylings of his characterization, and you definitely get that with like the Great Houses as well. I'm not 100% sure if the Great Houses have like a complete thematic link, but they seem to have had from the ones we've been to. And I guess that just means we'll have to spend more time in the Great Houses. I just found another ebony spear here as well. I just wish they had an ebony other thing, not just a spear. The spear's of no use to us. Look at this nice view. I want so like if we're saying all of the disease came from Dagoth, what's money on the ash coming from the Red Mountain also? And are these guys eating the corpus meat? I think that's a question I don't want the answer to. I do want to know where the ash is coming from, though. That is actually genuinely interesting. I mean, let's hypothesize for a second. It could be like because if the blight is there as well, perhaps that's all originating with the blight and heading across the land and poisoning people that way. Because they got too close to the gods, didn't they? Like, quote unquote, they used the gods' tools when they shouldn't have and allowed it to corrupt themselves. This is Dagothr and the tribunal. So, like, actually thinking about it, the thing that seems to have saved Nerevar from this corruption is, like, he died too soon. And perhaps he would have gone down the same route, even though he specifically states, "Oh, I won't use these tools." Like, hell, like, if you were still alive, you might have. We don't know that. We're making assumptions for this person. But yeah, so I think that that's all connected, as it often is in these games. You know, there's one malady of the land, and it can be a part of many others. I still think their design's ace. Like, the eye's almost carved out, but not. Anything of use in here? Just some hound meat on the side. God knows how long that's been there for. Annotated Anuad. I'm good. I don't feel like reading the long book at this moment in time. So, like, something that Sul Matul said was in the depths of this area. So I'm guessing that is the correct way. But I want to go have a nosy elsewhere. I mean, it's been a minute since we've done some dungeoning. Ooh, that's a bad person. This is the sort of bad person that somehow paralysed me last time. So let's see if we end up, like, happening again. No, that was just some weird thing. Yeah, we've not done some dungeoning for a minute. And I know we did the Corpusorium and also the... Ministry of Justice? Truth, I want to say. The Comet in the Sky. But both of those, we weren't allowed to kill anyone. So, I mean, what's that about? It's kind of like a nice little... Oh, I didn't actually mean to go down any further. It's a nice little detail, actually, not having to kill someone for those areas, because it makes it feel like there's some actual stipulations on what you're doing, whereas... normally we just kind of push through and kill everything in our way. I've switched mostly to this because our fireball spell, even though it's good like above ground, and something keeps making us unequip it, which is really annoying. I was about to say it doesn't seem effective, but then we've just absolutely destroyed that guy. This is kind of our better fireball spell. It's not the medium one, it's the greater one. But I haven't been using it. Oh, that's all gold. That's cool. I'm not even going to bother picking it up. They can have their little gold thing. I'll have that gold, though. Ash statue. Do you know what it reminds me of? Oh. Not the idols. Dark Souls 2. What are they called? Oh. I haven't saved for ages. Which worries me. We should be able to take this, though. As long as we stagger in a corner like this, we tend to be okay. Oh, our health is racing down at the same time. I don't know when the last time we saved is. I've got some good heals, right? Right? No. Oh, God. See, the worst thing I've actually done there is start to run away, because now I'm just, like, definitely going to be shot in the back. I want to remember what the Dark Souls thing is called as well. That being there has annoyed me. Effigies. Burn it, like the human effigies. What's our options here? It's just to die, isn't it? I haven't got enough magicka to get a heal off. Have we got any of these that'll do a heal? Oh, we can actually... Oh, Chaos's stuff is for sneak. That's really good, actually. Cure common disease, that's no longer useful to us. There's good damage ones. We try and turn invisible. This is where we unpause and just die. I know this game. Let's try the invisibility route. Oh, we weren't even equipped. Yeah, told you. Oh, I did save. When did I save? Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's round 2 this guy. Let's see if we can take him. I want to explore these chairs that are doing weird things in the room. See, if this weapon was fully charged, I think we would be able to take this like super easily, but we're pretty much matching DPS here. And then he just suddenly like can turn around and out DPS, and then he's paralyzed us. Good job, I saved just outside this room. So, how do we take this guy down? Do we spell dodge and do some archery stuff? I think so. Let's try that. We could go in better healed than we currently are. Also, if I can get a sneak attack, it sets us off at a better start, doesn't it? Ah yes, my favourite killing method. Trapped on inanimate objects in the room. I mean, he killed us twice, so I think that means we can cheese him a little bit. His worst enemy, the wall and door. Of course, I'll take the marksman level up. We are really bamboozling him here. He's not got much to say to this, has he? He's not enjoying us here. See, you get a hard enemy, just make use of their bad pathing. You know, that age-old saying. Lower Kogoruhn's key. I mean, what could this be doing? What are they summoning right here? More chairs? I assume it's summoning because of this. Or is he like doing a really bad ritual to summon Dagoth or something? We'll take that. What else have we got in here? Nothing of interest. Another favourite, getting stuck on the stairs. This building's really doing wonders for us today. I thought there might be something behind me, so I wanted to check. So I've just taken the door down and we've ended up in a waterway. Ever since Vivek, waterways scare me a little bit. It's very empty in here. They usually have a bit more water in them. This is interesting. It's honestly not where I was expecting this to go. Ooh, what's that? I don't like the look of you. That's a werewolf? It seems like he's a spiky boy. Keep using your magicka. Is it a frost option arch? The word that I've never been able to say. Look forward to the Oblivion Let's Play coming out soon. Well, we'll mispronunciate a lot more words. At least there's a guide in that game because there's voice acting. So you can be like, oh, this is how we were meant to spell that word. It's just guesswork at the moment. Let's have a look through these tunnels. They've made a really good use of assets. You know, all games of this sort of size are going to. In reality, you are just going to be using a group of tile sets here and there. And this is the same as the Vivek tunnels. All the Vivek tunnels are the same as this, one or the other. We don't know which way around that goes, but they're definitely related to each other. I'll tell you what, I think we're still using the first shield we ever got. So have all you been on an Avatar hype also recently? I've just finished the first season. When did I finish that? Probably last week or so. It is in the last 7 days. Really good. Really, really good show. Really, really good show. Like, I unironically have said it's possibly one of my favourite shows to have come out that I've seen. Not ever, but in a long time. And I think it's interesting to see what you can actually do in the space of designated for kids, because it doesn't shy away from the big topics, you know. One of the main plot points is genocide, and it's all sorts of conversations about war and fascism and stuff. It's really good. And now I've moved on to Legend of Korra, which I have some thoughts on. So, like, a lot of people said that they don't like that show as much, or it's not been as popular as Avatar, Last Airbender. And actually, like, so far I really have enjoyed the setup of some of the stuff it's doing, because the stakes are lower, but I also think they're really interesting. Like, there's certain questions in the original Avatar that could never be asked because the setting was fundamentally sort of more fantasy. It was almost more rural. You know, there was Ba Sing Se, which is a large city, but it's a city within an older period of time, a more where the rest of the world is more rural, whereas the Republic City in Legend of Korra, you get the classic metropolis vibe, and I think what it's doing there is sort of like power structures and how they get overtaken, how they get corrupted, and power grabs is really, really interesting. And like, I think you could like quite easily turn that down. That being said, I can see why some people it probably doesn't have as much heart as The Last Airbender. I think. Well, this is season 1, but like, I think it was the first time in Legend of Korra, in the entire lot of it, that not only a joke hasn't landed, I thought it like was bad, whereas everything in The Last Airbender was like, it's not even a joke doesn't land in that. It's for kids. You just watch it and go, oh, okay, right, that wasn't for me. But it was the opposite of that. It wasn't. This isn't for me. It was like, this joke just feels bad. I mean, I'm not a comedy writer, so what do I know? It's probably not the easiest job in the world in all reality. God knows where we are, by the way. We've gone through like 3 different tile sets of dungeon here. We've done the Dagoth's house, and then he apparently had a luxury waterway underneath, either for his own water supply or sewerage. And now we're into some tunnels that feel tacked onto that, which is cool. I like that sort of vibe of not being sure where these tunnels come from, and like, they definitely feel not older, but like we dug these because we just wanted some more space and we wanted to get away from the surface. We were told something about caves of lava, so that's a good sign. I mean, being this close to lava is rarely a good sign, but I think it's a good sign for us. I'd like to get a heal in before we do too much else, but I think I can see another enemy in front of us. I don't want the bone meal, but I will take your soul gem. We'll squeeze it in. We'll squeeze the heal. God knows what's just taken away my my spell here. Some of these definitely have some anti-magicka stuff as well. It's doing our destruction use over. Oh, this looks like a new enemy. Can we keep it staggered? That's the question. Oh no, everything just drained for a second there. Both my health, fatigue, and magicka. If I just stand right in his face, he can't do too much. The vibe for like Oblivion's very traditional fantasy settings, and so Skyrim in a lot of ways. And all my memory of it is, but the vibe for this is so different. Belt of Heartfire, that's worth a lot of money. We're definitely taking it. Can we squeeze in the heal before we go in this door? Because Red Mountain region. Nope. 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 What else do we need from here? Corporate sweepings, a cup with a mark, and the shadow shield, which lies in the tomb of Dagoth Morin in the lava tunnels beneath here. So we're in the right place. We just need to find the shadow shield. Oh, this is annoying. We have just slightly not enough acrobatics to get out of here. This is just old game design. Oh, we got through. We got through, though. Well done, us. I feel like there might be something of use in here. Something important. You know, when you just get that vibe off a room where you're like, ooh, I think we're meant to be here, and I think this is what we need. What's our best attack on this weapon? Now we've mostly switched over to it. Still the thrust. So it's still the back and forth motion to get it, or just run straight in their face. I did try and turn on automatic best attack a few episodes ago. In fact, I did successfully turn on automatic best attack a few episodes ago. But the issue I've got, is that how much that weighs? Jesus. Is this game, whatever I do that within the settings, seems to change the next episode I record. Or revert, anyway. Daedric Right Gauntlet. Ooh. We'll take that, and I'm over encumbered now. Master Lockpick. Right. Oh, they're very heavy, aren't they? Dracurus. Right, we'll get rid of the Dark Brotherhood. 15. How much is it worth? 1400. Well, to be honest, the 1400 is still... This is still worth more because they're both only eventually going to sell for 5,000 anyway. How much does that weigh? 28. That is a lot. So it's only going to sell for 5,000. So let's drop one of those as well. I think this is going to be the Shadow Shield. Orc Warhammer. Not of use. How heavy is this? 15. Do we want to drop that other Daedrix, the Ebony Spear? I think so. It's worth a bit of money, but I mean, money's not proven to be an issue up to this stage. And I think by the time money is an issue, we're going to get to the stage where we'll just cheat anyway. Because the thing that you can use money for is leveling up skills. It's used in trainers so that we can do the guilds that we don't want to, that we want to see the stories of. And once we're at that stage of the game where we're just tying things up, we'll cheat what we need to for it. Right, what are we after here? I want to use one of these interventions, please. And let's get out of here. I recognise this. This is... It's not Morgan. Is it Morgan? Alrune. There we go. So we need to bring all these back to Sulmatul, which is a mission away from here, isn't it? So we want to go Morgan first, and then to him. So you will have just seen that because I will have edited it back in. But even though I've pointed it out to you, it doesn't mean you can't tell anyone. In fact, it means the opposite. This is between me and you. That was just for you to see, and now we don't even need to think about it again. So, like, yeah, let's just move on. As I've spent around 10 minutes or so walking, it would have definitely been quicker just to backtrack through the dungeon. But I thought, no, let's use the intervention spell because that'll get me out of here quick. But no, we should have backtracked. So many cliff races. To be fair, we've used a fair amount of magic on this retreat, meaning we should hopefully gather a few levels and be able to progress through our chosen guilds when we get around to it, which I'm looking forward to actually. I've got absorbed in the main quest line now, and so I'm prioritizing that until further ado. Here we go. Finally, we can get this quest turned in after a rather long walk getting here. The scenic route, shall we say? God, this is just a test to see if we can take the test as well, isn't it? Third trial. I am impressed. These 3 tokens you have brought me. You may keep them. You have passed the warrior's test, and I will give you the secret of the third trial. In caverns dark, Azura's eye sees and makes to shine the moon and star. This is the third vision, and you must go to the cavern of the incarnate, a place sacred to Azura, and look for the moon and star. The secret of the cavern of the incarnate is set in a riddle. Ooh, I like a riddle. I don't. Most riddles are bad. That's a reference to something obscure. The eye of the needle lies in the teeth of the wind. The mouth of the cave lies in the skin of the pearl. The dream of the door and the star is the key. So I imagine we just need to get there and probably link together some symbols. That's the impression I'm getting from that sort of riddle. This riddle is wisdom's test. Take counsel of the wisdom of the tribes and you shall find a way. Seek the cavern of the incarnate. Gain the moon and the star and bring it to Nibani Mesa. Take with you my blessing and the blessing of our tribe, my Lukmu Ataman's belt. Wicked.
Please.
Right, I think this is going to be a brilliant cut-off point outside of the tent yet again. We haven't had a good screenshot opportunity this session, have we? Izzy hurriedly looks around at the end of the session for something that's going to work. We can't just have another one of here. I mean, we can. This is kind of cool in the storm. Right, on this still picture, I'm going to say goodbye. My name's Billy. Thank you for watching. If you could like the video, if you find anything here to like, and if you want to help me out. Same goes for subscribing. And I'm always interested to hear some comments if you've got any. any questions or anything like that, I will get them answered for you. Again, thanks and goodbye.